Oh, it's something a bit different. A make I've never heard of. Tungstalite. There's the package it's in. Old type of package as well. It's got on there Tungstalite gas filled, but the lamp isn't actually gas filled. The packet came in. Anyhow, I say it's definitely a name I don't know. Here's what it has to say for itself. 240 volt, 25 watt. It's a low wattage lamp. Clear, vacuum, Edison screw. Let's have a look at the lamp now. What you would notice, I think straight away, in a bit of light, is the filament arrangement. It's rather nice. It's a typical rough service type filament, single coil, but I mentioned this type of filament, I think it was yesterday, on that American lamp, up and down. Well, I call it up and down. It's probably got a posh name. It's more like a castellations, I think, of a castle. But anyhow, there's what it looks like. It's a little bit unusual. I don't know if this was made by another lamp company, or whether Tungstalite was on its own. I just don't know. It's unfused. There's definitely no fuses down there. All in all, it's an unusual arrangement for the filament, but that's what makes it interesting. It's got quite a... I can show the filament a bit better. How's it showing up now? I'm trying to get the best spot so you can see it okay. It's a screw base. It looks as though it's been kept in quite a dry area because there's no corrosion at all. It looks as if it was made last week, which it certainly wasn't. I would say probably 1950s, 40s or 50s. Now let's look at the edge, which is quite good. It's a white edge as well, look at that. Got made in England. The voltage, Tungstalite. See if I can show it up better. 25 watt. I can't see any coding or anything. I'll just look at it out. Yes, I can. It's got 15 up there. What that refers to, I do not know. It's certainly not 15 watt, it's 24. Yeah, it's 25 watt. So as I say, any suggestions would certainly help. But as I say, it is an unusual name, and one I'm certainly not familiar with. I just found that one in the cupboard that I was clearing out. As far as I know, I picked this up from a seller on eBay. He was selling one or two interesting items, and that lamp I picked up from him, it didn't cost an arm and a leg. Mind you, it was a few years ago. Now, it probably would have cost an arm and a leg. Anyhow, that's the lamp. It's a nice clear glass. We'll have a little look at it a light. Turn that one off. Now, just show it like that will give you an idea if the filament wasn't very clear what I took. You can see it's the a typical up and, well, say typical, it is, as far as I'm concerned, it's not typical, but it's quite a nice arrangement. And I say where we've seen rough surface filaments, we've either seen the double wreath, which I think they were handmade, then it changed over to the zigzag or a sort of V-shaped type. But this type is certainly not common. Hey, let's wind it up a bit more, show you light fully. Well, I'm not going to put it on fully. Yeah, right, it's about 180 volts. As I say, it's only a 25 watt, so it's not going to burn that bright. And it's a vacuum. Yeah, it doesn't say vacuum on the etch, but it certainly does on the wrapping. It's perfectly cool, so I would definitely say that it was a vacuum. Anyhow, any questions on that? Anyone knows that name? I, for one, don't. Tungsten, it's maybe using the name of tungsten and light, so it could be a combined name, tungsten and light, but it's certainly called Tungstalite. And the loop over the top of the name is reminiscent of how Siemens used to write their name, and this was the Siemens over here, where the two S's were joined up with a line. This too has a similar line. And it also shows on the front, whether this is significant, I don't know. It shows a lighthouse. So were they suppliers of lighthouse lamps? I just don't know. Anyhow, thanks again for watching. Any comments I'll answer. And yeah, I'm looking forward to the next lamp I'm going to put up. Thanks again for watching. Thanks, I do appreciate it. I will turn this off. See that lovely shaped filament again? It does look rather nice, actually. It's a nice shape. Right, that's gone. Anyhow, thanks again. Thank you.